Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to a very special live stream. I'm joined by Marek Rosa once again, CEO and founder of Keen Software House. And Marek, this is the day.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, this is the day.
So we're not going to make you wait long. I know you've been waiting long enough. But yeah, this is really... I think all the team are behind the scenes preparing for this, and I can see the excitement in the chat. So we're just going to go through a few things here as the team gets prepared to hit the big red button here. So Marek, I think starting off maybe just by giving a mention to the team once again.
Yeah. Thanks again to our amazing team that worked on Space Engineers 2 and is working on Space Engineers 2 and also Virage 3. But also thanks to SE1 team that actually has been supporting us for all these years. Because without them, we would not be able to work on SE2. So thanks also to them. And like in general, we are one team. And thanks.
Yeah, for sure. And that actually brings on to a quick side point that we did want to mention here, is that Space Engineers 1 development will continue. And there's multiple updates in the works for SE1. So SE1 will be getting worked on in parallel with SE2 and all the goodness that will come with that. And so maybe, Marek, as we're about to launch into Space Engineers 2 Alpha, Early Access, maybe we'll just go over again quickly here, like the strategy that we're having with vertical slices and the releases with Space Engineers 2.
Yeah. So I would like to also say that it's been incredible to see the reactions of people after the SE2 reveal, and I'm really looking forward to what players will create in next few days. You really need to share it with us, so like please start posting your creations, screenshots, videos, and tag us with hashtag SE2 so we can find it. We're really looking forward to it because I think this will be the same madness that happened 11 years 12 years ago with SE1 when we released it, and then just the internet was populated with all the things that people created and some amazing videos every day. It was really cool. But back to the roadmap overview. So we have this what we call vertical slice strategy. So instead of kind of like releasing some unfinished, unpolished prototypes, we decided to split the entire scope of the game into vertical slices. And we will be releasing vertical slice after a vertical slice, and each vertical slice focuses on some subset, and we're releasing it in a almost final quality, polished and bug-free and so on. Of course, it's alpha, so there still may be some bugs and many things that actually will be in the game that you will get today will be changed in the following updates and improved and so on. But I think it's quite polished vertical slice number 1. And this number 1 focuses on creative mode. So there is nothing else, just the creative mode. But of course, what we have is the new beautiful graphics and many other things that I will mention later. The second vertical slice, the big one, will be planets and survival, hopefully this year. And then water, planetary scale volumetric water, and then multiplier and NPCs. And in between or before the planets, we'll have few smaller but quite important vertical slices. One will come in a month or two. We'll be adding support for Steam Workshop to the game, so we'll be able to share blueprints and worlds with each other. Then there will be vertical slice 1.2, which will be many, let's call it quality of life or some polishing things like better animations, better jetpack mechanics, and so on. Then there will be vertical slice 1.5, which will add modding and editor. So we will release Virage 3 Hub, Virage 3 Editor, and some guides for people who want to create blocks or textures or even sounds and so on. And so we will release this, and then you will be actually share even the mods on the Steam Workshop. So I think that will be amazing. And the team is already working on all these other vertical slices. And at the same time, of course, in last few weeks, we are bug fixing the game, preparing it for this release. And there will be a hotfix tomorrow, because we already have some little things that we want to release tomorrow. Then we'll collect feedback from players and make another hotfix to really make sure that you can enjoy. And there has been a question why multiplayer comes later. Why, let's say, we are not starting with multiplayer, and actually why we chose this direction or this order of vertical slices. So one, let's say, like reason behind the order of the vertical slices is that we want to start with things that differentiate SC2 from SC1. Because, like if you just release multiplayer, but you already have multiplayer in SC1, then it would be nothing interesting. But vertical slice 1 that we are releasing today, in a few minutes probably, has the creative mode, unified grid system, and that's actually a big thing because now you don't have anymore 50 centimeter and 2.5 meter blocks. You have just 25 centimeter unified grid system, which will make building much more flexible and give you more freedom. And things that were completely impossible in SE1, now you will just do, and hopefully it will be intuitive. And we have new rendering, so the visuals, I think, looks much better. Better voxels, better asteroid, better armor, better blocks. We have the fracturing system for the blocks. So now when you actually shoot some block, it fractures in pieces and looks much more beautiful. By the way, we also added this debug gun tool to the game. Originally, it wasn't supposed to be there, but we had it for us for testing, and then we realized that we also will leave it in a creative mode for players, so you can just like start destroying stuff and have some instant gratification from that.
Yeah. And again, I think one of the key things, just again, is this really the idea of being 10x right over Space Engineers 1 in terms of the level of fidelity and the scope and everything. That's the main kind of thing that we're aiming for.
So we didn't want SE2 to be just like some iterative change, like going 10% or something like that. I always felt that it must be like next revolution. So that's why everything we are redesigning on SE2, we are thinking how to make it 10 times better. And it starts with the intuitiveness. So basically we are trying to make the UI and controls and everything more intuitive. And I think this will just be getting better and better. And I think it will be in creative mode, maybe it's not so important, but in survival, I think it will be much more important. And then you will see, the vision that we have there to make it to give you the freedom or keep you the freedom, but make everything much more simple, intuitive, and with some kind of instant gratification. So then we will be adding lore and story. So finally, SC2 will have actually story, main character, affections, and so on. Then we are building it for the next decade, and this is why we needed to start from fresh on a green field and with a new engine, because sometimes you have backwards compatibility and it's keeping you down or keeping you limited even mentally. But when you are starting on new, you can like breathe and like really go crazy. So that's that. Then another 10x thing is the water, and I think it looks amazing, and it will even look more amazing as the team is finishing it, and it will I think it will change everything in SE2 because it's a new medium, like substrate.
Yeah. So the potential for new like level, like different genres of ships, like submarines. It's just this is going to be like really
and it's basically another physical force that will be in the game with its own dynamics, different from collisions, crashes, and so on. So I think this will be amazing.
This is to come, of course. All of this is to come, guys.
Then other things from the 10x category is the NPCs or human NPCs and living universe. That's what we want to achieve. Then with the new engine also comes better performance, and especially the possibility to scale up to multiple cores as we are adding more and more system to the game. We'll be able to scale up. So this will be beneficial, especially for larger worlds or for dedicated servers where basically more CPUs you have, the game will be able to saturate them and use them. And lastly, more engaging survival. So we will really the first time player experience will be much more streamlined than in SE1. Like basically much sooner you should get into something satisfying, and then you can start learn from there. And also we'll be really careful about having proper game loops and progression and
I think the main thing is that it's like on both ends. It's going to be more intuitive and more accessible on the one end, but at the same time, it's going to be more advanced, and you can build more detailed and wilder creations on the other end. We don't have a red button, but we do have a red engineer, so we're not going to make you guys wait any longer for this moment. So Marek, would you like to do the honors here?
Yes. Actually, he has a secret button on his backpack.
Okay, yeah.
So I will press it. I'm pressing it and unleash the release.
Unleash the release. Unleash Space Engineers 2 Alpha. There we go.
The stars are calling, and we're ready.